inside. The old gods granted me a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure story shaping the magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that I fear, and heroes of the north. Just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes. We are
Welcome back to Original GM. I am Hupahu, once again joined with Chikala and Wachi. And we had an exciting episode last time, left you on a cliffhanger. You had opened the vault, Jamal's vault. So that's where we're going to start. It is right there. So, the key worked. And standing in front of you, before you, is Jamal's vault. As you guys open the door and it moves out of the way, who put the key in again? It was Mal. Mal just kind of takes a look inside. He just kind of looks in and he's like, interesting. Come.
Let's check for traps. 0.
So you look in. Mal tells you that he sees no traps directly in front of you in the 10 by 10 square there.
I'm gonna invoke a true sight out of the hat.
You have one going already.
Okay.
No, you don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You had one going already, even though when it reset, you came back. You wouldn't be going. You're right. So you invoke it with a hat. My bad. Yeah, you died. You've gone back and forth into your bodies. Oof. Anyway. This is the room. It's perfectly circular from the floor up to the ceiling. So it's like a half of a ball or half of a globe.
Okay.
On the opposite side of the room, you see a table which looks like it has some kind of boxes on it that are about this thick. Just sitting there, 3 of them. On the left table in the back, you see cube boxes. There's 3 of them sitting on the table. On the right table, you see a skull sitting on the table with a bag on top of it. Inside the skull is a ruby. Inside the eye socket of the skull is a ruby. Immediately to the left, you see a portal, and it's turquoise colored, and it's pulsating and active. Across from that on the right, you see a black portal. Very much reminiscent of Vay's office, these two portals. They look the same, like almost like Vay may have got the idea from him. You don't know, but there's a big rug in the middle of the room. To the left, and there's tapestries hanging on the walls. To the left is what looks like an armoire of some type. To the right is a weapons rack with weapons on it. The floor is made of a cobblestone, and the room is lit up from the central portion above it, at the very pinnacle top of it, by a soft yellow glow, or by a soft pink glow that permeates through the whole room. It's 60 feet across, 60 feet wide, 30 feet tall. So,
Okay. I'm gonna look at the floor and the whole entryway. Same.
okay,
I want to look up as well.
you're basically gonna look all around and check for traps.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your rolls.
This is
And before you make your rolls, choose where you're looking first.
Up.
Okay.
Down with true sight. 17.
You don't see anything, Zira. Go ahead and make your roll. Oh, you're looking with true sight,
Yeah.
right? So true sight will reveal the light spells that's coming down. It covers the whole room. And the color pink that it is, there are things in the room, but you can't see what color it is. When you look with true sight, the portal itself looks pink. It doesn't look turquoise like it should. The black one still looks black. But the whole room glows, like in the air. It pretty much covers anything that would be magical, noticeably magical, with this color of this light. Like your true sight doesn't really pick anything up magical except for the whole damn room. And you know it's coming from that light. So whatever that light is, or whatever it's doing, is hiding everything in this room.
I'll say that out
But
loud.
when you look on the floor, you see written and carved into the stone right at the entrance there. It says, "Those whom pass beware. Leave all hopes and dreams behind. You do not belong here."
Can I read it out loud?
Okay. Mal's like, And it's written pretty small. It's not like it's real noticeable. You really gotta look. And then you see it scratched into the stone, or engraved into the stone. It looks professionally engraved, but it's just real thin.
Okay. I'll read it out loud.
Okay.
And then I'll tell everybody that light is basically hiding anything that I could see in the room that would be magical. It's making the entire room look magical. Even the air looks magical.
So it could be magic?
Yeah, for sure. I just want to, she said it out loud, I just want to know where Jamal's soul is.
We need to get the priestess. We need to get the priestess.
And that.
If it's here.
Don't care anything about his treasure, his magic.
Same. That red gem looks an awful lot like the one
From the Lich.
that the Lich had, that Patient X had.
In the skull?
Yeah.
Mouse is in
Be
it. There's a bag
careful.
on top of it as well.
Knowing Jamal, there's traps in here as well.
Probably everywhere. Question is how do we get to it?
I would not step on
Gordon
that rug
says,
in the center.
Guys,
I wouldn't either.
and you turn and look, he's got his back to you guys, and he's looking up the hallway where you came from. And when you guys came in, you could see out of it into the water. Now you can't. Now it's a rock wall, and you see it slowly moving down the hallway. He's like, that's going to set off the traps.
It is.
All right, so
Shit.
1 moment. I need to set a timer real quick. And you don't have to go under initiative if you don't want to. If you do go under initiative, there might be a little more control on timing
Yeah.
for you guys. If you don't go under initiative, you're not going to know how much time passed until,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, obviously, you can watch the wall coming down. At the rate of movement, you know, under your initiative, you might be able to, the high intelligence, tell how long it will take before it hits the trap, how many rounds and stuff like that. But we'll get to that. I'll be fair and I'll tell you to roll initiative. How about that?
Okay.
The rest of the party's all going to go on a 4. So whatever you guys roll between yourselves, go first if you beat a 4.
I got an 8.
I got an 8 too. Break. Seven. 10.
Nice.
She goes first. We both got an 8.
All right.
Broke. She won.
Simultaneous combat. So basically, what I'm telling you, and I guess this will help. We'll just do it this way. This will be the safest way to do it. I'm going to give. So the initiative for the wall is a 7. But you're gonna have to figure out how many rounds it would take. You know, all that. So we'll go with you first. You have an 8 with a 10 break.
She'll say out loud, I wonder if we could just telekinesis that skull in that bag over here. If it's trapped, at least we're on this side of the room.
So you use an action to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Still your initiative you want to hold. Well, she could say that, and you can do something while she's saying that.
0 would say.
Or reply back to her, and you're both going to be holding your initiative and going down.
0 would say. That might work, but there might be a trap. But if you were Jamal, wouldn't there be a way to stop that from happening? If we were standing here, like try to think like him.
All right. You guys are now on a 7 initiative. At a 7 initiative, the hallway comes closer to you guys.
Okay.
It's not at the trap yet, but you really don't know how quickly it's moving because you haven't really tried to figure that out yet.
Can I look and see?
On your initiative,
Yeah.
roll into your intelligence.
Yeah.
It'll hit the trap in 2 rounds, and if it keeps the same pace and goes past that, it'll hit the room. It'll hit where you guys are standing all the way up to the door in 5 rounds.
I use an action to tell everybody that.
It does that. It moves. You guys can continue to do something. You haven't really done anything.
Let's see. I will look around and see if it looks like there's a way to turn that off to stop it. Like, is there anything?
Roll a perception at half. 12 and a half.
12.
Round up. 13 round.
Yeah, I rolled 4.
Okay. You see absolutely nothing in the hallway that would do that. And you're
Okay.
sure of it. Like there's nothing in here. You look at all the walls, there's no creases or anything. There's no. One thing you do notice is at the door going into this place that there is a small crack between the hallway and that door that goes all the way around the entrance of that doorway. Like they're not attached.
Okay.
You also know that Jamal had another room like this that was his office that disconnected as well, and it actually moved like a spell jamming vessel. It would move around like a spell jamming vessel, and then remember it moved in the water, and that's how he got to Mirabilia. Maybe this is the same, you don't know. I'm just telling you that it's not part of the hallway. It's like it's separate. And above it and below it and to all its sides, you know is nothing but earth. After you go above it a little ways, like maybe 50 feet or so, you'll come out in the river.
Okay.
But it's all dirt and rock between you and that. And you don't know if this thing actually flies. You know what I mean?
Right.
If it does, there's too much earth and shit to allow it to do that.
Right.
Unless it was built.
Unless it was made, like, for example, out of
Like the-
vulcanite, like the beetle was, and can just pass through it.
As you look at it, you realize you don't see any vulcanite on it. Like
Okay.
the crack where it's at is still stone. When you can see in like a millimeter, it's just stone. Could be vulcanite past that. You don't know. The door itself, it slid to the side, like rolled, like a tomb, a rolling
Okay.
tombstone. It just like the top of Mirabilia, it did that and disappeared. And you can look in it on the door frame and see that there's a crack where the door is
Okay.
that goes up into the rock that would be the rock of the room itself. So,
Shit.
I'm gonna look around with my ability to find concealed doors, but I'm gonna do it looking for like anything that would be concealed.
where are you looking in the hallway
Yeah, like at
or
the,
in the room?
at the around the door.
Okay. All right.
And then essentially two things: for something to stop that slide, and for if this is like a spell jammer. If there's anything
Okay. All right.
hidden like that.
So it's pretty big scope with the spelljammer thing, but the other thing I'll go ahead and give you make a perception half.
So observation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Observation. If you have it, if you don't.
Yes.
Okay. You have observation.
I
right?
do.
Okay. You see the same thing that she saw, which is that this room is not attached to the wall. And that there's a small gap in between it. The door is stuck into the side of the wall of that thing. Then you kind of look in to see if it's a spell jammer. You know, that's your second thing. So go ahead and make your second roll. It's going to be halved again.
My 3 and 6 for concealed doors. Is that
We'll do
count
that
at
too.
all?
We'll do that too. In a second, go ahead and roll half.
Okay.
It's the same as 3 and 6.
I did not.
Basically. Okay, go ahead now. Look for secret doors and things like that. Got a 1? The carpet itself, in the center, it's kind of down just a little bit.
Ha!
So this 10 by 10 square in the center of this carpet goes like this, just a little bit goes down. But you can't really tell, like you got to look at it for a second, you're like, does it? And then you kind of crouch down and you look and it disappears. You don't see it. You just see the other side of the carpet and you're like, ah. So you know there's some kind of impression right there.
I think I might have found the way out, or the way to, I don't know, you guys. I think this might be a spell jamming vessel. There's something under that rug. There's something missing. The floor is missing. It sags right there if you look at it.
Mal's like, yes, I see that. Now that you point it out.
Oh, goodness.
Fucking badass if we could just take it back to the keep.
What's that?
It'd be awesome if we could just take the whole thing back to the keep.
Yeah. So it will get to, is there anything else the two of you want to do right now?
No, I don't know what to do. You got anything?
Fly over there and check it out.
Oh boy.
We can't just stand here.
We can't.
Yeah,
Lyra can't fly.
I'll tell everybody.
Tell everybody what?
I should, or somebody should levitate or fly over there and check under that carpet. That's karma for laughing at me.
Gordon's like, somebody, huh? That's what he said, somebody, huh? Well, who should that be?
I can do it.
On his 4 initiative, he kind of does the same thing that you guys do. He just kind of, takes a gander around to see if he can see anything. It's quite a word.
It is.
You notice the carpet thing, so that's not something he looks at. He'll look at other things, and he notices the same thing you noticed about the true sight, and he, kind of goes in a circle. To be honest with you,
There's just only so much we can
there's
discover, right?
only so much you guys can do in one round or a few segments and that kind of thing, and he's doing the same things you guys did, not knowing completely what you guys looked at. So yeah.
We gotta do something. Okay. Maybe
Mal?
you could take the cube of force with you.
Tells you he does not, he says, if the magic that is in the room is not harmful, we could step in. He says, I do not see any traps just inside the door. Only this writing.
Foreboding warning. Does anybody else care about staying in this cube of force?
He says, well, you guys are already in it. And Gorgain's like, I'd have to lower it down. It would weaken the charges in it if we did. And Mal's like, can I maybe stand on top of the cube? Kind of looks at him and says, what good would that do if something happened? He's like, at least my body would be on top of the cube and you could retrieve me.
Yeah.
Gorg's like, I do have enough charges, I could put it down and put it back up. But we won't be able to interact with anything in the room.
We won't.
So Talda's like, I just do not like this at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
She's levitating still.
Jamal would rather all his treasures sink and the person die than be able to get it back. It's for somebody else to get it. I mean, right? She'd look at Talda.
Lilio say out loud.
She closes her eyes and you see her kind of go like this with her hand into the room. looking, she says.
God damn it, Jamal, where is your soul?
That ends that round. The next round, it's one round. At the end of this round, or at the next initiative on a 7, that wall will hit the trap.
Okay,
So we'll start with an 8. So in other words, this is the last time that the rest of the party can move or do anything before it hits the trap. You guys will have
He
2
needs
chances.
to take the cube of force down, probably.
So
Let's step inside, you guys.
that's what you say?
Yeah.
Gorgain starts to move, and Mal's like, "Wind and me?"
Come on. Get in here.
He steps in, kind of nervous,
I thought Bird was
and he's
gonna-
fine. Nothing happens. You guys all come in. The door isn't really big enough. It's almost big enough to let you come in. When you get to the edge, he goes, stops, and he goes, he puts it down, and then steps in. You guys step in?
I'm right with him,
I'll turn and look. Does it look like we could close that door?
No. You look, you're not sure how that would do that, and you see it's still coming to the trap, and you realize it's going to hit that trap and still come into this room if there's any kind of...
Lily, would
Yeah.
a hold portal stop that?
yeah. Maybe.
Is that a good idea?
Might work.
The rock that's moving
Or a wall of
itself.
force or anything, you know.
Something like that.
Oh, well, fuck yeah, I could do that. I have that in memory.
You want to try to cast a wall of force. So you guys have all moved into the room, and you're looking back up the hallway as it's disappearing, coming towards you, and towards the step where you believe that trap is triggered.
Yes.
You gonna cast?
I am looking for the damn spell.
How many segments does it take? I think it's gonna be 5.
Shit.
Yes, she does. It's next round that it'll hit the trap.
Okay, I thought it was this
No,
round.
next round. On a 7. And you guys are gonna be at a 7 right now.
Yeah, casting time 5 segments.
So you begin to cast, and it'll go off on a 2. Nobody does anything unless you do.
I'm waiting for her.
Wall of force, you put it up. Where do you put it up? Just over the door?
The door, but it's a 20 foot square per level.
Right, you could do this whole room, but I'm
Yeah.
just asking you what you cover.
That's actually a good idea.
Okay.
No? Yeah, just the door. Yes.
Okay. You cover the door with it, and everybody's kind of steps, they don't really step back. They don't get towards the carpet or anything. This is where everybody's at. When all that ends, Lily's going to be right there in the middle because she's casting the spell. And so everybody kind of peeks through the doorway, which is right here, and up the hallway. They don't do anything, so it gets to your initiative again, and it's almost to the step. Do you guys want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna step to where Gorgain is, the left side of the door. Yeah. I want to be in front of it, just in case.
that's a good idea.
Okay. Mal kind of steps over stuff. So you kind of peek in through there. Or Lily, you're actually out of, you're not in it. Yeah, if you step over to here, you can't see what happens.
Yeah.
You don't care?
No.
Okay. You're pretty close to a weapons rack that's next to you and Gordon. You see Gordon kind of looking at it. He's kind of gazing at it. Gorgain's looking down the hall, just kind of watching. You see Tatalda watching. And it hits the step and the trap goes off. You hear a slamming sound with what sounds like ballista firing. And then you hear needles like hitting the wall, the rock wall. Keeps going. And you hear another slam before that. At the beginning, you hear a slam. And then you start to see a purple colored powder go on the outside of the wall of floor. It's just like it filled up that whole area, and then it just kind of
Lotus dust.
sits in that hallway.
Mm.
That's what Zira says?
Mm-hmm.
Val kind of looks over at you.
That's just a guess. I don't know
Talda's
for
like,
sure.
"Ooh, I believe you're correct. That would have put us to sleep for weeks." Gordon's like, fuck. And he just kind of turns and looks around the room. And that's our way out. Hopefully we can still teleport out of here. That damn light. Should we get our own light and try to extinguish that one?
I can always create light. Extinguishing that one's probably going to trigger something else, though.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean like break it, like maybe cast a darkness on it, and Talda's like, I can do that.
Okay.
And then I can do I can do all kinds of light. What do you want?
Continual light on the ceiling to light this place up next to the blackness on another area of the wall or something.
Okay.
There you go.
It'll light this place up. So
Yep.
maybe towards the back. Use the back wall. Put it over there where the tables are.
Okay.
And Zelda goes, should I wait for you to cast that first?
Yeah, so we're not left in the complete darkness.
Well, some of us would.
Well, I could see, but
I prefer even magical darkness.
Mm.
Gordon's, we need to see.
Gordon can't see in the dark.
Yeah. Him and Mal are the only two here presently that don't have any. But you wouldn't be able to see in magical darkness anyway with infravision. So you cast it over on the wall over by these tables over here, or up in the air a little bit, like maybe
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
The other light's here. It sticks, lights the place up, and
Nice.
Talda casts the darkness 5-foot radius over the ceiling, and it takes that light and puts it out. As soon as she does that, your eyes start to adjust with your true sight, and everything in this room glows. This wardrobe glows. All the weapons on this weapon racks are glowing. If you want to get more detail, anything, you'll have to let me.
The
The
carpet.
carpet is glowing.
I bet it's a real smothering.
I bet it
The 3
is.
boxes are glowing on each of these 2 tables. And the gem in the skull is glowing, and so is the bag on top of the skull. And of course the portals. And then of course your continual light spell, as well as to Talda's darkness. So,
So now I'm gonna look on the floor around us and towards the carpet for any type of traps or.
you don't see anything with true sight looking. You don't see any traps with true sight. You look around, you don't see anything.
Okay. Like, come on, let's check out this. What's under this carpet?
Dorgain walks up there. He's like, "What? You want me to just pull it up?"
Be careful.
Let me look at it for traps. I know she did it with true sight, but sometimes that doesn't.
It
Okay.
doesn't always work.
I'm just gonna double check.
Good idea.
85 out of 95.
Okay. Mouse says, "Let me check as well." And to Talda, she'll come up. They both check. They don't see anything. And he starts to roll it up. He rolls it from this way over to here. Kind of
Okay.
clumps it up over here. When he does, there's a small 10 by 10 by 10 deep cube of flooring that goes down. And in the center of that, there is a glowing yellow stone that's pulsating, sitting on a pedestal.
Soul gems do that.
Try and see. Does True Sight show anything?
You see magic on it that the pedestal and the stone itself are all one piece. and you get the energy, the feeling that it's like a minor helm.
Ha.
That's what you think to yourself when you look at it. You recognize the energy and the magics. They're very detailed, and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's intricate with major helms, and you've seen those. This is similar. You think it's a minor helm. You've never seen a minor helm before, but that might be what this is.
I tell everybody it looks like a minor helm.
So it's a vessel.
It is. But that's actually what I thought was going to be in here, so at least I finally got something right. However, I don't really know how it works. I know with like my major helm, you have to have a ring to control it.
Gordon says, that is destruction there. And he points at that portal, the black one. He says, do not go in that. Don't get in that. That will, it will be as if nothing is left of you.
Very helpful for disposing of things.
So if it needs a ring, maybe there's one in here.
Maybe.
Mal says, so there was a warning, but we have seen no traps in here yet. I don't think there would be the kind of traps that would be around here where you would walk.
Maybe just when you touch something.
I mean, he would have to like disarm them over and over. He's more efficient than that.
He
He
is.
would not place traps where his very feet would go. I do not think. He looks at the...
I could see that.
Probably on the items.
Wherever this portal goes, does it not work both ways?
That's how gates usually work.
Is it held? And he kind of looks over there
Turn
at
and
it.
look
You
at
turn, it goes to prime material plane, you can see the energy on it, it goes directly to the prime. You don't see a whole portal on it.
I know, it goes to the prime.
Leave a portal open into his vault? Wherever that is must be very secure.
Oh.
Where do you think it goes? I know that I've seen one like this before, and the way that it worked is all you had to do is think of where you wanted to go on the prime.
Oh, so it is not fixed.
And you
it can
could
be
go
chosen.
there. Yeah, at least that's what it seems like. I've
Well, you
actually
are-
seen one recently.
You are the expert. Gordon will move up to where, so this carpet's out of the way, so this is all open here.
Okay.
He kind of moves this way to like right about there, and Mal comes up, kind of looks down into the pit. Tatalda will go this way, and yeah, Gorg just stands here.
Telepathy.
Actually, Gorg is right here because he pulled the carpet over to here.
Do I feel like I could reach Alex through telepathy from here?
You can try. Oh, yeah, you can try.
I'm nervous to do anything. I am. Especially when you say it like that, you can try.
Mal says there are no traps. I will know more about this ship if I were to take control of it. Kind of crawls down into the pit and drops down next to the rod, like device, the minor helm. He kind of looks back up at you guys. I will be able to see.
Be careful.
He checks it, looks around, and then he will connect with the helm.
He just puts his hand on it.
Yeah, he just sets his hand on it, and he's like, all right, I can see everything.
You can connect to it?
Door closes. But I don't think we can get out of here, he says. We are covered in stone, rock, and mud.
Is it the kind you can cast through? Like we did in the Beetle, like a pass wall?
They do not possess that spell.
I do.
There is a button, he says, over behind that middle table. And I'm looking around, I see no traps anywhere.
Do you see any soul gems?
I cannot see in the boxes, of course.
Mm.
But I can see them, and I cannot see in the bag. Or the wardrobes. The wardrobe, I cannot see in it. I could move this vessel if it were not surrounded, though. Perhaps. He lets go of it. He lets go of it. He's like, that would be for you. I do not know how. I have very limited skills. You or Zira will need to probably do this.
I can't pass wall.
He climbs back out.
That's Lily's thing.
I can.
He said, I just did it for that. He says, I don't know what that button is, but it's right here behind the table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, he did touch the helm. He would have told you. There is a secret door behind this portal in the floor. And it has a small box in it as well.
Okay.
Oh. I bet
Behind the
that's a soul.
disintegrate portal.
Alright.
I bet that's his soul, she says. It seems weird to me that he would have it go into...
Yeah.
He's got to know we're going to come looking for him,
Yeah,
right?
no, he would know for sure. He's probably sitting there within a soul gem going, God, I hope they come find me.
So if he's in here in a soul gem, he can sense everything we're freaking doing, right? Isn't that how that works?
Depends
Julie
on
says
the
here.
soul gem, Gordon says. But I do have something that might help. Mal says, what if we don't think of anything and go through there? Will it go to the last place it was?
I have no idea.
Interesting. He's just over here looking at it.
You're the expert in
Gordon
gates.
Gordon reaches into a bag of holding and pulls out something. And opens it. It's like a box. You're over here, Zero, so you can't see it. He holds up, opens this box, and he kind of goes. He points at the table up there. He says, there are souls up there. And there's a soul behind there, that portal inside of that area where you said Jamal's soul might be.
Multiple souls up there?
And then there's one over in one of these boxes over here. And then there's one in the skull, in the gem that is in the skull, he says. And then he closes it.
So there's 3 total?
Oh no, there's many on this table here.
Oh.
It is a strong connection. Multiple souls. It could be 3, 1 in each, I do not know. So there's one here,
3.
3 sources over here, 1 source here, and 1 source in a secret door right here.
I'm gonna check out the secret door.
Careful. Don't touch that portal.
Yeah.
You gonna go this way?
And I tell everybody, to, like I said that out loud.
All right. So the portal is so close to the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and when you go to the backside, you realize it's also working. Like both sides are working.
Oh.
You could touch it anywhere, and you look, and it's like this. The secret door is about this wide, or this distance that is about this wide, and the secret door is like it would take dexterity to get this opened,
Yeah.
and dexterity to get whatever's in it out.
And I'm a normal
use, like,
size.
a-
Should I shrink down?
Sorry.
Go
Ah,
ahead.
that might be an idea.
That is an idea. My other idea was like something to open it from standing back so you're not so close.
Well, yeah, I could telekinesis open with my staff.
Do you see anything on it with your true sight?
You look at it. I'm also going to check for traps.
Okay.
Even though Mal said there were no traps, we're still checking.
Yeah.
We're a little paranoid.
A little bit. Yes. I made my traps roll.
Okay, so you look with your true sight, and you don't see any trap, but you see a false sight, and it makes you kind of stop.
Grab the gem,
Okay,
double up, see if I can see anything else.
you see a trap hidden on the lid of it that's been false sighted, and it's you're not sure what it is. It's a trap though. You know that there's some type of latch on the door that invokes some sort of trap.
I'll say that out loud. Tatalda and Mal are the trap specialists,
They are.
you know.
So when he closed the door, you guys can still see all that purple smoke and everything in it. When he closed the door, you kind of the wall of force is on the inside when it closes, and you can hear some ticking on the opposite side of the door. Like there's more traps going off. You're not sure what's happening, but there's some ticking going on.
There's still traps going off.
Yeah.
Crazy motherfucker. That makes me nervous.
Tatalda, Mal?
Mal's like, it is a perfect circle, the ship. But I could not see below. Below us, I could not see. It was as if nothing was there, just as if it was rock. Do you understand? It's made of stone. There's no rooms beneath us.
So maybe it's a dimensional.
You hear a couple more clicks, and then it sounds like some kind of shaft moves in the wall.
I'm like, you know what?
You feel this whole circle that you're standing on go like this. So if it was like this, you guys are all standing towards the front right here. A few of you in the middle, but the floor starts to go down like this. It starts to go,
Oh, God damn it.
Oh shit.
and I need an initiative.
8 again.
8 again?
You realize this is nothing that you guys did. It was like a delayed response of some sort.
Break.
So break with 8s.
3.
7.
4.
You go.
Did you guys get?
3.
4. That was
Okay.
a break on an 8.
That was Gorgain. Gordon says, move to the center, move to the center. That's what he says.
Oh,
A
wow.
haul ass.
That's on 10, 9, 8.
8.
Gorgain 1. He bounds over here to the center where Gordon is. And you guys are on an 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
You come over to here.
I'm going for the helm.
You're gonna go down into there?
Yep.
Okay. It still turns a little bit, like just a little bit, and none of these tables like fall or anything like that. It doesn't turn enough for that. It just kind of goes like this, just a little bit, and then you all jump to the middle, and when you jump to the middle, it starts to go back this way, and Gordon says, we have to keep it balanced, and you realize he stepped over onto this side, so it's coming back the other way, and then everybody just kind of has to catch it or whatever. While that's going
What
on,
the
Lily,
fuck?
what do you do?
I'm gonna connect with the helm.
Okay.
Connect with the helm.
You have to put one spell slot into it to do that. So
Okay.
choose a spell.
Just any first level spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do one of my conjure
Something wrong?
summoning. No, that's not a caster.
That we knew of. I thought he was a thief. Fuck. Sorry.
So you get control of the ship,
Yeah.
and you realize you can settle it to where it needs to be, but you realize your ship can't move. It's attached. It's you could move it left or right and spin it in either direction, but any other movement of it, it won't. You try it, it goes.
Can I cast through it?
No, you think about it, like with the beetle.
Mm-hmm.
You realize there's no vulcanite. It's not. This is all just made of stone. You're not sure why there's a helm here, because it's really not a ship. It could be if it was not attached to. Yeah, you're not sure what it's about.
What about that button? Maybe that button will release it.
Oh goodness.
Gordon goes to that table where the skull is and starts looking.
Zero will go with them.
You have control of the ship, right, Lily?
Mm-hmm.
All right. When he goes over there, you feel it do nothing because you have control of it. It doesn't do anything at all.
I'll
Doesn't-
just do that so
okay.
they can figure shit out.
Okay.
Spin it. I'll just keep it balanced.
All right. So Zira, you're gonna go over with him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'll tell Gorgain, if you want to go do stuff, just give me the cube of force. I'm the one that you're trying to protect with it anyway to
He nods at you and tosses it down to you.
keep my mind protected,
He
right?
tosses it down to you. Yeah.
Grab it.
All right. There are 30 charges on it left. You can invoke keep all things out,
Go.
keep magic out, keep gas out. You know, if
Okay.
it's all things, if you're gonna do all things like normal, like most of the time you do,
Mhm.
it costs 6, so there'll be 24 charges left on it.
Okay.
He only used 6. There's normally 36. He did all things out. Zira,
It's got 24
Yes.
charges.
your hand tells you that that's the priestess soul. That's the lich's soul. He believes it's the priestess soul. It tells you that.
She would tell Gordon that.
I thought so.
He says that he thinks that's priestess soul.
Nice.
I'll look at it. Do I see any traps?
Roll.
75 out of 95.
Nope. You don't see any traps. There is a bag on top of it. There's a bag on top of the skull, just sitting on the head of the skull.
Can I see it through the helm?
So you're gonna look around. So you can go over there and look and see the skull. It's like you're standing in front of it.
Mal already said you couldn't see in the bag, though. Right?
No, it's the helm works like you're standing in front of whatever it is. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. She got spoiled with the beetle.
Where else are you gonna look?
Different deal.
You're gonna look for the button. You'll see it on the floor right here.
Yeah. Does it show true sight? True sight show anything with it?
Command of the vessel and true sight will tell you that will close the door.
Huh. That's how he closed the door.
That button, and it's connected to the helm, and it closes the door.
Okay.
So it works independently as well. So Jamal wouldn't have had to have jumped down in this pit and done this. He could have just walked up, pushed the button, and it would close the door and stopped all the traps and everything. So it's like he comes in and then stops them all. Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Sierra?
go ahead.
Would tell Gordon, I wonder if Spencer's soul is in here.
There's
The
some
black
with
diamond.
there's some over at that table in those cases, and some in those. The one in the box over
Just thought, why the fuck is he still alive?
Can somebody, Tatalda, Mal, can one of you guys check out that secret door? I'm not trying to be pushy. I just feel like that's where Jamal's soul is. And I know everybody had their own reasons for coming here, but my reason for coming here was to try and find Jamal's soul.
there. Are there any traps? She says.
Yeah, there's a trap on the latch, and it's fault-sighted so that you can't see it. And technically, there shouldn't be anything outside of here, so it's probably like an extra-dimensional space in there, like a bag of holding or something.
Which means if a trap goes off in it, it'll explode.
Tricky. She says tricky, and she kind of goes over and takes a look.
Think
She
like
says,
Jamal.
"What scares me the most is this portal.
Yeah.
That is what concerns me the most about this situation. I am not really comfortable with standing that closely to this portal." Mal goes on to the other side and looks.
It could make you really little for a minute.
For some reason, that does not bring comfort. It is almost like the portal's there so that something will happen.
Yeah.
No one's going to just randomly walk into such a darkness. Only an idiot would do such a thing. So, she looks behind it again. Ah, I see the trap. It is in the floor. You want to go into that little hole and look while you're controlling the ship?
Yeah, I'll try to.
Because it's part of the ship.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell her.
You go down in it and you can see the trap, and it's just a little hole that goes into the rock wall, and it has a trigger that when the lid is lifted, something comes out that hole.
I'll tell her that.
So if we plug the hole, we might be okay. This will take some finagling and some dexterity. Mal's on the other side of the portal looking at her, and he goes, "There is not much room to talk. Maybe this much to open the door from the portal. Maybe we should telekinesis. Well, then the trap will come off." Tatalda again says, "I do not like this. This is... Not only is it my guild master, but I know him, and one thing we can probably count on is that he doesn't necessarily want to kill anyone, so..." And then again, there's this portal.
And
I
those
think
traps out
He
there.
looks at you and goes, "I think you are right. He is more apt to capture someone and torture them for what they have done. He does not want to kill, unless it's for his life. I think you're right. His soul is probably back here." Gordon's like, "Well, this is the priesthood soul over here in this skull.
We need that for sure.
We do." Little Larry pulling it off. Zero says there's no traps. You guys
Did
see
you look at
anything?
it? Did you guys look at it with true sight?
Mal will come over and take a look too.
I'll look at it through the home.
Okay.
True sight. find
You see the soul inside the gym. Looks tormented. Tormented, that's the energy you get. Fear. You feel that on it when you look at it. Regret.
I just start saying this out loud.
The bag on its head is a bag of holding.
Mm.
But you don't see any traps.
Okay. You're telling me it's a bag of holding. I don't see any traps. That doesn't.
Gordon will pick up the bag. Puts his hand in it.
Crazy.
He pulls out this book. It looks like a ledger. He's like, there are books in here. He pulls out one. It's got a symbol of the Black Banks on it. And it looks used and it has paper slightly out of it here and there. And Gordon's like,
Wipe your fingerprints off that.
he sets it down on the table. And he's like, okay, well, he takes the 2 books and puts them back in and then closes the bag of holding. I guess we should get that.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We can leave this here.
Okay.
This is none of my business.
I'll look for traps one more time.
Okay.
31.
You don't see any of the hand says to you, and that is a book on the Black Banks. You could know all your enemies. You could know them, where they are, their connections, where they live. Instead of fighting blindly like you have been.
Guess I'll reach out and grab the soul gem.
As you do that, do you do it with the Vecna hand?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. You do it with your other hand? Grab it. It's a familiarity. And it's stuff. You know it is. It's the priesthood. You're feeling it. And you realize at this point you have complete and utter control over him. As soon as you put it in your hand, and it has the eye of Vecna too. You know that. So you have control of the priesthood. You have to. Whatever prison it's in is keeping you from controlling him currently.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I do.
You can't reach him, but you know you could control him. Even though you have a soul, you realize that you have to be able to connect with whatever portion's still left in you. And as you look at it, you realize that this isn't all of Steph. This is just a part of Steph. Like a piece was taken out and put into this. Piece of his soul.
Strange.
Or its soul. But you can still control it
Okay.
with this stone.
She would say that while I'm holding this, I've got control of Steph, but I can't because he's in that prison. It is in that prison.
So the control is limited because he's separate from you somehow. You're not sure what that means. Mal kind of looks at you. He's like, I did not think about the ability to let go or stop what has happened. My alter reality cannot be changed unless I try another alter reality. And I've already done several. So.
Looks like he's gonna be there for a while. Or looks like it's gonna be there for a while.
Yes, at least until I can do it again if you want me to waste it on such things. To be ready.
I kind of like having it where it's trapped.
And currently we have many other things to deal with. Like we need to figure out either how to get Jamal's soul and re-secure this place for him, or how to take this place out of here.
Maybe I could telepathy Alex and we could do some divinations.
Great idea.
Alex?
Yeah. How's it going?
We got in. We're inside the vault. We got the priestess soul.
All right.
We can't control him because of where he's at inside of those alter realities. But we think that we found Jamal's soul. But there's kind of a problem and we're not sure how to go about this. So let me kind of explain the situation. There's a disintegration portal that's, how far away from the wall is it?
Inches, probably 8 inches, 6 inches, probably 6 inches away from the wall. And it's 15 feet long.
Yeah.
The portal almost.
So she'll tell me there's like a 15-foot long portal about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. There's a trap door that Lily thinks goes into an extra dimensional space with a false-sided trap on it behind the portal, in between the portal and the wall, and we think that that's where Jamal's soul is.
Goodness. So he repeats it to you and tries to get it, right?
It's a spell jamming vessel, we think. There's a helm. There's a minor helm in here. But we can't move it. It's under rock. Like the whole thing is under rock and mud.
You start to hear water dripping and moving on the outside of where you're at, somewhere in the walls. Like you can hear water.
That's disconcerting. And now I hear water.
Lily, you think you could move and look outside of this a little bit, like you could a vessel. If you want to try to do that, you could do that.
Oh well.
You can see there's a hole that goes up to the river and that there's water flowing over the top of the ship and down the side of it. Like something was triggered and an avalanche or something came and it drained down. If you weren't controlling the ship, you think it would be going
Be spinning.
right now. It would just be spinning with the water coming across it.
I'll tell everybody that. And there is a hole. It still feels like we're stuck though. Like there's something holding us here.
As you move around the ship and look at it, you can see that there are some kind of clamps that are attached to the outside of the ship on each side of the portal, like on the wall, holding it in place. But it looks like it could spin. It's some kind of mechanical device that can make this thing spin, but it's also latching this device or the ship onto it. On the one where the death portal is, there's some kind of box that's attached to the center of it that has what looks like a funnel that goes forward about that far, pointed right at the portal, right at the wall. And it's in the area where the trap door is, the secret door.
I relay that out loud to everybody.
Okay.
In as much detail as I can.
Funnel.
She's relaying this to Alex too, as Lily's telling her.
Okay. Gordon goes over to this table and starts looking at it. As you guys are talking. Mal kind of comes back over this way concerned and tells Tatalda to be careful. He's like, be careful. Lily says it's attached to something. And she's like, yeah.
I'm talking to Alex. Hold on.
What do you want me to ask?
Lily, what do we want Alex to ask? How do we want to word this correctly?
You hear the water stop. Whatever it was has stopped and you're just sitting still now. It's almost like the cavern filled up with water. So like, it could go out
If we
through
could
the
get it
water if you could get it
detached.
detached.
And tell him that I feel like there's a cavern above us that's filled with water. If we could get this detached from those brackets that are holding us in place, I think that I could move us up and out of here. So maybe ask how we could detach it in a safe way.
She'll ask Alex, is it yes or no questions?
Oh no, it's detailed.
Detail? How, so she'll explain how there's the thing that we're in and then the things that clamp into it. How do we get those detached in a safe way without setting off any traps? Or any magical
Okay.
defects? I don't know that that's the right way to ask that though.
You start to hear water come down again off the ship, and this time it's coming from the other direction. And you kind of hear a thud on top of you, like a piece of rock or mud hits the top. Of kind of. You could look if you want.
I will.
Yeah, it's some type of big clump of dirt and mud is just sitting on top of the vessel, like it's falling.
Yeah.
And now that it's open, the water is just flowing down, and you can see it's almost like it's creating a tidal wave above you. That water's going somewhere.
Right. I'm gonna tell everybody that.
Everybody starts to hear this sound around the outside of the ship.
You can't detach them with the helm?
You don't see any way to do that. It's like they're separate. They're not part of the ship itself.
So,
Alex says, so there's a trap
yeah.
that will cause air to be blown in a massive way, like a gust of wind. If someone was on that side of the portal and that trap went off, it would shoot them into that portal of disintegration from the wind.
She would tell Tatalda that the trap is air. If that trap goes off and you're on that side of the portal, the wind will push you into there.
I told you I didn't like this.
Yeah.
He says that there's no way to disarm the trap. You just have to set it off.
There's no way to disarm it. We just have to set it off.
That's the only answer. And Mel's like, if we set it off, it will go into the disintegration portal. Does it end the blowing of the wind, or does it continue?
She'll ask Alex.
He tells you to go directly into the portal, and then it eventually will end. So like the only way to do this is to set the trap off.
Okay.
There's a danger, he says. There's some sort of dust down there inside of a tube. That when the trap's set off, it will fill the room with the dust.
You guys, I think there's lotus dust down there. He says that when the trap goes off, the wind will
So
blow the dust into this room.
behind the wall is the trap, and it will blow wind through that wall, probably breaking the wall, and cause rock and wind to go directly into that portal.
And also whatever.
And whatever's underneath will go off, which will be dust. And when it comes, that wind will blow some of it in the portal, but not most of it, because the wind will be too strong. It'll hit it in the middle and just spread it out through the room. It'll just fill the whole room. That's what Alex says.
She'll tell
And he tells you it's
everybody that.
purple lotus dust.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen that stuff in here. It'll put us to sleep for weeks.
Yeah, we can't afford that right now.
No. So she'll tell everybody all about this purple lotus dust, how Alex says it works.
Gorgain's like, we could use the cube,
We could,
but how do we get out of here?
right? Well, he said it might destroy the wall. I wonder, did he mean to the outside? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And break the ship.
Yeah, it will break that wall. And still be clamped on.
Yeah.
Will water come rushing in here if that
Probably.
happens?
Probably, because there's water all around you and above you.
So we need to work on getting this thing out of here.
Yeah, work on that first. So
Gordon says there are hundreds of souls in these cases, you guys. Any one of them could be Jamal.
he wouldn't mix his up with everybody else's, would he?
Probably not. But all three of these cases are filled with blackstones.
Oh, goodness.
He moves away from it. He realizes he's opened them all and looked. And he comes over here and looks at this table.
She'll walk over there with him. She's curious if that's what she thinks it is.
Over to this table?
No. The one he walked up to.
Okay, he was at this table.
Yeah.
And those are all the soul gems.
Right.
And then he comes over here. You're going to come over here with us?
Yes.
Okay. 3 boxes there, and he tells you the middle one has a soul inside of it.
I bet that's the black diamond.
He opens it up. You can tell he's not just doing it haphazardly, but he opens it up and there's a ring inside.
Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah. There's a ring.
So she'll ask Alex, is the only way to remove the clamps from the ship manually?
I will check. Give me a second. At that point, Gordon says that box is trapped, Zira. Do not touch it.
Okay.
Points to the far right one. He opened the middle one. He opens the first one, and there's a small cube sitting in it. A small cube inside of it. And the ring and the cube are both like on a little velvet pillow, just all pretty and everything.
Probably shouldn't mess with it.
He closes it back up.
I asked Alex that.
We have to check. We don't know for sure that his soul is in that.
We don't. So, here, I can ask Alex actually.
Alex says the only way to do it is to sever, physically sever, the arms that are holding.
Will that set off a trap if we do that?
The one on by the dark portal will, and one on the other side will not. But you would have to get outside the ship somehow to do it.
Okay. She'll tell them that.
So at this
Is
point,
this-
Alex telepathically, he says, you are trapped.
We are.
You cannot teleport out of there. I will tell you that.
I figured as much. Isn't that just wonderful? So, is the soul that's behind the death portal, is it Jamal's?
I will ask. Do you know there's a soul back there?
Yeah.
I will ask. Do you know Telaroo?
Telaroo?
Isn't that Jamal's wife? Yes, it is Jamal's wife's soul that is in that extra-dimensional space, along with his children's. His is not in there.
Is his in here?
His is not in there.
It's not in this room at all?
I don't know. I can ask.
Okay. So say out loud, that's not Jamal's soul, you guys. That's his wife and his kids. We were wrong.
No wonder it's so well protected.
No, his soul is not in there.
It's not in here, you guys.
Well, at least we got the lich.
We did.
It told us, like, some of these things may be useful if he is dead. I know that that is not a subject we want to discuss.
Maybe we should collect what we can and, I don't know, set the trap off. We have to figure out a way to protect ourselves from it. Alex says we can't teleport out of here. We're trapped. So.
Gordon's like, what?
Yeah.
Gordon is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, there's
Oh,
a gate to the
shit.
prime right there.
Yeah. He kind of looks at it and starts to walk up to it. He's like, I'll bet it's fixed. Normally when you use a gate like this, you can see through it, right?
Not always.
No?
Try to think of somewhere.
He
and see if
does
it
it. He's
works.
like, nothing's changed when I'm thinking of somewhere, but that doesn't mean anything according to Lily, maybe.
Did you think outside of Beacon?
Yes,
Try to think inside Beacon somewhere.
he does. No change. But that brings to mind, if this is an exit outside of Beacon, then we can escape Beacon.
We can't.
Not that we need to, but
We could.
maybe this is a way out. I guess I could put the rest of the stuff in this bag of holding.
What about his family souls and this trap box? We can't just leave those for anybody to find.
No, we can't. To Talda, and she's like, yes. Do you think you could do it? Do what? Shut the trap off? And she's like, I do not know. Dear, you know Alex told you it can't be, you can't undo the trap.
She would say you can't undo it.
There's no way to stop it?
Mm-mm. That's what I was trying to say. You just have to set it off.
Well,
This wall will break.
I always like challenges that people say can't be done.
I wonder.
She looks at it, she's like, I could clog the hole from lotus dust very easily with some beeswax.
He said that this whole wall will break.
So I must do it quickly enough that I'm not caught within the explosion from this wall.
Yeah.
Or do it from a distance.
And also there's water on the outside of that wall, so if that breaks, that water is going to come rushing in here.
What about a wall of force, dear?
That might work. It also just occurred to me that I haven't tried a gate either. We might, I know we can't teleport out, but
We can move the ship, but that side, that same side with that portal, will also set off a trap. This side over here will not. But it's manual. So we could move it, but either way, we're looking at setting off that trap.
You see Takalda like just looking at it and she's thinking. Mal's looking concerned at her like. She's like, don't worry, I won't try anything until I'm sure. And I don't know if I'm sure. The problem is I could do it by hand, but then I would be stuck back there. And if the trap goes off and I'm stuck back there, I'll be dead.
Do you still have your beacon servant? Zero would say.
She reaches in her bag and she pulls the beacon. She's like, yes.
We might be able to put all of us in like a cube of force and then send the beacon servant to set off the
What a
trap.
wonderful idea. They can carry some weight.
They can. We should collect what we can from in here, probably.
Gordon's like, well, and you see he's doing that. He's starting to grab boxes and put them in there. And he's like, listen, if we put the cube of force up and it goes off and Lotus dust goes everywhere and then water comes in and we're behind the cube, then how do we get out?
Yeah.
We'll be stuck in water. It might dilute it. Would it dilute
Ooh.
it? Or would it spread it more throughout?
Through the whole water system.
Yeah.
Put everything to sleep. That's quite the idea.
Depends on how much Lotus dust is here. I mean, there was a lot within that hallway. I can only assume it would be the same here.
I'm gonna walk over to where. Oh, no, I can't do that. This is a lot. Oh no, never mind. Just kidding.
Tatala's like, well, if we can't go through that portal, we could do this all very quickly with the beacon servant and then go through the portal. That is an option. I know we do not know what's on the other side.
No.
That might be our only way out of it.
Right. Will you ask Alex if I can open a gate from here?
She will. Alex,
I don't want to waste the magic.
can Lily open a gate from in here?
What kind of gate, he says?
What kind
Like-
of gate?
From one of her spells or one of the gates that's there?
One of her spells.
Okay.
And then I also have another question.
The answer is no, she cannot gate.
No.
So you realize you can't even summon right now in this room.
What about this other portal that's here? Not the death portal, but the other one? Can we go through it? Will it, I guess,
Where will it take us?
where will it take us if we go through it?
The Danitarium.
That's how we always got back and forth from the Danitarium so fast. She would say that out loud. That goes to the Danitarium, you guys. Why does he have a portal open there? Like, I know that's where he's from, but it's kind of weird.
Gordon keeps looking at the bag and then looking back up. You can tell he's like, he wants some information, like maybe we could find the answers in those books, you know, but then it's like so tempting, you can tell. He keeps like, he's next to you, so. He puts those soul gems into the same bag of holding.
Okay.
Kind of looks at the button and everything back here. Then he'll come back over here where you guys are. Actually, he will come right here.
Walk over there by Lily and Gordon.
She's down in the 10-foot pit.
Oh, that's right. What do you think, Lily? I guess we could go through that portal and then teleport back. But
So, is that
Tatala
portal?
says, so I know that you would like to save their souls, but it seems this place is locked down. It's in Beacon, it can't leave. I can think of no safer place right now.
Right.
If we were to take it with us, it could fall in the hands of someone else. No matter what happens or who we are, it is a possibility. Why are we messing with it?
That's a good question.
Gordon's like, well, because they probably need their souls. protected, or as I said, it is protected here, especially if we set off the traps.
We can't even freaking get into it.
So should we just leave it how it is with the traps all set up and try to go through that portal? And then maybe we can just teleport back?
That is my vote.
Dalda says that?
Yeah.
Do we even know if we can go through that portal with the curse? Is that portal beyond the curse?
Alex,
Yes.
can we go through that portal with the curse up? Like,
Yes.
will it, yeah?
Yes. It
She'll
will
say,
work.
yes, we can, it will work.
Mm.
It was set up before the curse.
It was set up before the curse was in place.
It's been there a long time, evidently.
Yeah.
Back when you guys were at the Keep of the Borderlands talking to the banker.
Jamal had this vault. So maybe we just go through the portal and then come back? It seems like our best bet. We want to leave his family soul is protected. Like,
But that means we can get out of Beacon, Gordon says. He says, I, you know.
that's an idea.
We need to be able to come back to this place.
We do.
And we can't. There's no way to do that.
Technically, now that we've been here, we should be able to.
Alex says you can't teleport in or out of here.
Not in or. Okay.
So there is some other magic somewhere here that we have not discovered, Tatalda says. Maybe that is there to make you think you have control of this ship and what is in it. Maybe what is beneath us is hidden. From that, you're relying on that.
Well,
That could be a trap of the mind.
it seems like that there's nothing under us.
You think it's just solid rock? That's
Yeah.
Exactly. Half of this ship is rock.
And I gotta say, Zero would say, I find it really strange that this is all that's in Jamal's vault.
Right?
Well, there is.
That's weird.
There is that extra dimensional space. There could be more than just his children and wife's soul in that extra dimensional space.
I'll be honest,
Gordon's
I
like, and I
expected a
haven't-
dragon's horde.
I haven't emptied the bag. There could be lots of stuff in there. We don't know.
And there's also the cabinet and the weapon drive that we haven't touched.
Gore goes, yes. Some of those look pretty powerful.
Right?
Gordon's like, yeah, I saw that. But if, I don't know. It seems like everything Jamal would have in here would be very important.
Yeah.
So those weapons probably are. Who knows what's sitting over there? You kind of think so. And then the wardrobe, we haven't even looked in it yet.
Is there really a wardrobe?
Exactly. Tatalda says there could be a big beastie behind it for all we know. Now says, or another portal. It could be another portal. We don't know.
It could be.
I read a book once about a wardrobe being a portal to another world.
It sounds familiar.
Something about a lion and some, I don't remember, but it was a good book. It was a long time ago. I was a wee child.
Too cute.
Anyway, don't always trust wardrobes to be wardrobes, is what I'm saying.
Right. So the other thing, I don't know. Like, would he just put the only exit from this room right out in the open?
He would have a way, Gordon says, he would have a way to get out of here besides just that hallway. He would have a way. And I'm guessing it's this. If it goes to the Danitarium, my question is where does it go in the Danitarium?
That.
Do we go to a jail cell? What what's going on? You know, what? Do you understand?
I do. You want me to ask Alex?
Well, we need to ask it, like, what exactly, where exactly does it go?
Where in the Danitarium? Or, yeah, where exactly does it go in the Danitarium?
Yeah.
Because he said it was very specific questions that you can ask.
Yeah.
Very detailed.
Alex, where exactly in the Danitarium does this portal go?
I'm over halfway there to wisdom, he says. In your head. I will ask.
He's so happy. That's wonderful.
He says it took 2 questions. And I know that it's the city of Zul in the Danitarium. I asked where in the city of Zul, and the answer could not be given. This is the first time that's happened with this orb.
So, somewhere in the city of Zul?
Gordon's like, isn't that next to the Goldfish Mountain?
She would say, Alex said that, where exactly in Zul? That question couldn't be answered. That's the first time that's happened with that orb. Which is weird.
It is weird.
That makes me nervous. Zul, does anybody have a map?
You have all the maps.
Gordon's like, you got it.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. I forgot.
You gotta pull it out. It's not there.
It's in the war room.
It's in the war room. Shh. Where is Zul?
Gordon's like, I don't know. And Mal's like, do you need a map?
Please?
He reaches in, he's like, I am not just a spelunker.
Oh, it's been a long time since I heard you say that.
I forgot about that word.
Yes. So let me pull up the map of Shill and we can find out together where it's at in the Danitarium.
Zul, yep. Look like it looks
Just south of Akrobar. And Akrobar is the capital of the Danitarium.
right next to the Goldfish Mountains. Right on the other side of where Hedda is, actually.
Yeah. It's like next to Southport, Rhodes End, Akrobar.
And Hedda went to Oak Forge?
Hedda is in Twin Cities. Well, Hedda, they're in the mountains now. They're in here.
Where was that city where we broke the dude out in the Danitarium? What city was that? Was it Zul? No, it was Tark?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Tark.
it's not that. I'm just making sure it's not the same city.
Right, where we are.
It's actually
Yeah.
Tarq. Is what it's
Tarq.
called. Tarq. Yeah, Tarq. But so, not really down by the King's Jewels or the Dwarven Empire. It's on the opposite side of the mountain. So that's another world, Gordon says. Over there in the Danitarium, they are completely different than we are. Their customs, everything.
Aren't women not allowed to show their faces there?
No, they're not.
Yeah, it's a dangerous area for us.
For women, yes,
Yeah.
it can be. I can understand why Jamal left.
So, let's back up. We were talking about half the ship supposedly is in rock. There's gotta be... We're missing something.
You see Gorgain kind of walk over to this area right here, and he kind of looks down at the rock, and he's like, well, Guess there's only one way to find out.
What?
Dig. Gordon's like, through rock? He's like, weapon might be able to do it. And Gordon's like, Lily can do it. She can pass through the rock.
She can.
It's okay, Gordon.
We, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You could.
There's magical ways we can take care of it, I think.
Well, if you need me to, let me know. It looks like I could break that rock pretty easily.
The question is how do we break free from what's holding this ship?
Well, you can't without setting the trap off.
And that's what Alex said?
Yes.
You could break the arm that's holding this right here on the outside and nothing will happen. But if this one breaks, this trap goes
Sets
off.
the whole thing.
And that would mean we would have to get on the outside to do that.
You see Tatalda kind of mosey away from that.
Yeah.
Kind of comes over here by this portal. And then Mao will kind of like just walk up to here. Gordon will go back to protect Lily.
So let's try to figure out how to get through this floor and see if there's anything underneath there. Why don't we start there?
We could pass wall. I could pass wall. But then that's gonna leave it open. Like the wall's not gonna close behind us. You know what I mean? You guys remember? Like as we
So you could like go through it. There's several spells that we could use, Gordon says, to get through this rock. Question is there anything beneath us? Let's ask Alex.
Alex,
Yeah.
is there any... Oh, that's not the right way to ask. She would... Hold on. She'd be like, that's not the right way to ask that question.
What do you need? What are you questioning?
We're trying to figure out what's beneath us. So this room, it's a circle, but it's only like a dome. So we're wondering if there's anything beneath us that we haven't found inside of this room. Lily says she thinks it's just solid rock, but knowing Jamal, it might be something else. We want to
Okay.
make sure.
All right.
Trying to think of how to ask the
She
question.
says I have it. It's solid. There's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it?
No.
Okay.
It's exactly what you felt with
Okay. Yeah.
the helmet.
She'll say, Alex says there's nothing in it.
Well, at least we know that now. Alex will telepathy to you and say, it got me thinking when you asked the question if that portal will work,
Yeah.
and it sends you to the Danitarium. Got me thinking to ask if there was another way to get out of Beacon.
Yeah.
There is.
Really?
No matter how you get out of Beacon, Soul Eaters will hunt you. But there are ways to do it. You can leave your body through an astral projection. Or you can go ethereal. I do believe, Lily, that is how Rabbit did it.
He included her or all of us in this?
Yes, he includes everybody. Every time when he does a big thing like that, he includes everybody. He tells you.
So if we leave through this portal, Soul Eaters will come after us.
Yes.
Wonderful.
and then we can't help anybody.
It got me thinking I need to figure out how to prevent them from harming you.
Yeah.
I did come up with an idea, but it would require that during my studies within the Temple of Larkin, I learned that there was master herbalists within the families of sound witches, for a better word, that pass down ancient secrets. I do believe that there was a antidote created for the Soul Eaters by Valia's mother, or maybe Valia. I haven't asked questions that I know are going to cost this. It's important that I save them, but I do believe that either Vay or Ray would know if there's some way to create an antidote for the Soul Eaters.
Well, that would be helpful.
I don't think it will bring anyone back from it, but it could prevent those from being harmed from dying and having their souls eaten.
Okay.
Which one of your Vermidine Rangers speaks silent? The female or the male?
Do I know?
Fail.
Fail.
You
Shoot on fail.
I need someone to communicate with the priests on the other side.
Yeah.
You are left.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will try to find out what I can before you guys make a decision. Or maybe come up with another idea. I will see what I can do. And you continue with the same.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Alright. God, we didn't go through that portal.
We'd have soul leaders after us. So one
Gordon
thing-
kind of walks over and he's like, so if we're just talking about soul eaters, we're talking about the cult of the dragon.
Yeah.
We're talking about Tiamat and Vala.
Yeah.
Tiamat's been defeated, so it must be Vala.
Yeah. And she's got the other mirror. Alex said the mirror is in the city.
If the mirror is in the city, and there are soul eaters involved,
She's here.
then she is here.
Where, I wonder?
Perhaps in command of the Mummy Kings, I do not know. Her dragon is probably here with her, I would guess.
Maybe it's that undead dragon that's in the water.
No, hers is,
The black dragon.
yes.
You remember.
Of course, I do not know what their religion, their laws would dictate now that Tiamat is gone. Maybe she is in control of it all and there is no goddess behind it. If that's the case, then we're looking at revenge. That's what she seeks. And she
Why?
seeks it against the Bane, the Sith, and the Roth.
Why?
Corsair, Roth, Bane, Sith. All of these things have something to do with historical fact when it is affiliated with her revenge. She hates us all. That is why I did not believe her. So I've never believed her. Her family seeks vengeance. She seeks vengeance. She's partially gotten it from me by stealing my son. And various other things.
You're talking about sin?
Yes. If she is here, maybe Sin and Dim are here as well. We've been trying to put a finger on who is affiliated with the dark druidic magic that's here. Perhaps it is Dim.
You think?
Could be. I know it seems odd that one possessed by demons would have and possess druidic magic. But I have seen him use it. It wasn't much, but it was dark druidic magic. I did see it. That is why I mentioned this. So we're dealing with Vala. not just the priesthood. And whoever this Koss is that seeks my wife's hand, he must be dealt with. We need to figure out how to get out of here.
I have an idea. What if I were to use like another wall of force or a wall of ice or something and block off? She'll turn around and look at that area of the room and just block off that whole area of that room.
Okay.
Then somehow set off the trap. We would have to break this side first, I think.
We would have to be able to get out.
What if that side, breaking that side, sets this side to being broken, or something happens on this side and the trap goes off?
Could be. But if I have a wall of force up,
It would prevent it from coming in here.
it would, and then even though the wall was broken, I should still be able to get this thing up and out of here.
It's a great idea. Really.
It is.
I think it's a great idea. I can't think of anything against it.
So how are we gonna break it? That's the next question.
Mal's like, my only concern is this breaking of things. We need to be careful how we do that. We do not want to start spinning again. Something.
Yeah.
So you will need to be in control of it. Or someone. I suppose I could control it
You could.
while you're casting.
Absolutely.
There we go.
So how will you set the trap up?
Well, if it's a wall of force, I could still see it.
Can you cast through a wall of force?
I've never tried.
To tell this lady.
What?
There are often times when, whether we are sisters or brothers, family, friends, compatriots, heroes, those that are destined to commit the path together, must keep secrets from one another. This has been one of those times. Know that I did not keep these things lightly. Jamal is alive.
Lily starts crying.
He was never dead.
She just starts crying and laughing. So,
He had to hide, and what better way than be dead? I know that he is concerned about the souls of his family.
so if we can get those for him.
Finding him will be very difficult. Even his family does not know. They think him dead. I am immune to Purple Lotus. It will not harm me. That is the next or second secret that I have to tell you, that has been kept for purposes that are important. She turns and kind of looks over at it. She's like, but I am not immune to that portal, and that is where my concern lies. If a wall of force could be put up between me and the air, I could easily get within that door. And if the trap was not stopped, survive. but I would be stuck on this side of the wall of force, and you on the other.
And you can't teleport back in. Or maybe you could because the wall would be broken. I wonder if that breaks that magic.
We do not know the source of that magic. I cannot see it anywhere. She looks at you and then she looks at Gordon and Gordon's like, Mal's like, and we didn't break the light. We hid it. The effects of the magic from that could be doing it. It's just an idea. To tell us like that is possible. I'm sorry I keep these secrets, but it was important.
So you think if we uncover the pink light? Is that what you're saying?
Break the pink light.
We must break the magic that is in the room so it will affect us. If that is where its source is, that is what we should do.
Okay.
Orgain's like, I'm not sure about all this. I know I'm just a barbarian, and I know you know I hate things of magical nature, but it all seems very dangerous. Every plan seems dangerous.
Yes.
If we ought to go through that portal, and he looks at the blue one, then Soul Eaters would chase us.
Yes.
But we have a cure for their bite or their claw or their effect.
Possibly Alex is looking into it.
So there is that. But where does it go? One at a time would be the only way to do that. And somehow send a message back through the portal this way. Whether it be to step back through or put something in it. Gordon goes, we could tie a rope. You see Malcolm. Does that work? Yeah. It will.
So we either go through the portal and deal with the Soul Eaters chasing us. Or
That's one option.
set
Gordon
off the
says-
trap and try to protect ourselves from it.
Tatala says the next option is you put up the wall and I attempt to disarm the trap. Get the souls. If nothing else, I suppose I could find a way out. I do have water breathing. I could go and swim out.
You know, if you had purple lotus all around you in the water, that would probably put anything to sleep that you would encounter.
Yes. Of course, that whistling sound is gone, so I do not think that there is still a whirlpool above us from where it came in. So perhaps I could. It might be a very strong stream of water. It might be very difficult. I could telekinese myself out with levitation. Gorbane's like, it seems like a sketchy situation. Yes, it does. Will I be able to teleport once the spell is broke and the trap goes off? I may be on the other side of the wall, but maybe I can teleport, or maybe you can as well. Where is the spell located? Is it at that light, or is it on these things holding this? Or something else? We do not know. Orgain's like, why couldn't we just smash through the wall and make a hole to go out?
Because there's water all around us.
We can swim, we can breathe, we
Then
can
that-
telekinesis.
Right.
I would leave
It leaves this chamber open then.
Jamal's family souls completely open to anybody who decides to swim in here.
So you put walls of force to protect it, or ice, or something. Who else knows their souls are here? Probably just him. It's not like they'll be looking for him. Though the priesthood was looking for a soul and he knew it was here. But if we take it, he will know that it's not here.
Yeah.
And he won't come.
Yeah.
Gordon's like, Gorg, I understand that sometimes smashing your way through works, but that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. That could be even more dangerous than what we're talking about anyway.
Because if Lily puts up a wall of force, at least we have access to that portal and we can leave, if we have to. Will the spell break on the other side, and will, it's in an extra dimensional space. Somebody's going to have to open it. That's the only way to get it. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like any of these ideas, because if Jamal's alive, and he is, and he looks at the Talda, then that portal will probably get us to where we need to go. And we shouldn't mess with this.
But then there's the soul eaters. We'll have to deal with them chasing us to the ends of the earth.
Just wonder where he is. If he's not, his family's souls are here. He's gonna know, right? He's gonna know we were here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
He knows right now.
Probably.
He's not coming. If he's not worried about him, why are we?
Because he knows that I would do the right thing.
So he's counting on you. You'd think he would let you know that. He would ask for your help if he needed it.
That's true. I haven't really been available for telepathy, though.
He doesn't even want you to know he's alive.
He doesn't.
He looks over to Talda. He's like, so, why didn't you tell us? I understand that there are things, but why didn't you tell us? She's like, I could not tell you. I was sworn to keep it. And now I have broken that. When I was judging how much importance there were with either side, it has now pulled to your side, to the hero's side. I had to let you know.
And Talda could suffer massive repercussions for what she's told us, Gordon. You know?
Oh, I will. She just kind of looks at you. If it gets out, I will.
We won't tell anybody. Right,
Gordon's like,
guys?
well, it'll get known that we were here. Or it already is known. I think these things that I've gathered are very important to him, and he will come for them. And if he does, then we can tell him about what's going on and why we came, what happened. Alex says to you, he says, to everyone, he says, so I think that you are stuck other than that portal. I don't even think you can break your way out of that.
Even if we set off the trap?
Yes, there's some sort of magic holding you there. And it's very difficult to tell where it's coming from.
Is it the light? The pink light?
No.
It's not the pink light. Fuck.
My answers are coming back. It's everywhere. Through the whole shit. The magic, it's everywhere.
So it's through the helm?
Yes. It's on the helm. That's what he says to you.
So if we break the helm, we
And
can
you've
get
got,
out.
you're connected to it.
I'm
right
touching
now.
it.
You're touching it.
So if we break the helm, we could get out.
The magic will probably stop, yes, if the helm's broken, I would imagine. So it's built into the helm. The magic that's keeping you from teleporting in or out, or transporting in or out, is built into the helm. If you break it, you could probably get out. Lily, you are currently down there, the only one down there with the cube of force up, and you see Gorgain like kind of, look like towards it and then look at everybody like, that sounds like a good idea, We smash it. It'll let us out.
That's true.
What do you think, Lily?
First off, Lily, you really can't do anything but stand there anyway. It's like a prison cell.
Yeah, the cube of force.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
prison cell. You can't move left, right, forward, back. It barely fit in here, and you're
Yeah.
holding it,
Stuck.
because you came down and you touched it, and then invoked it, and it went, kind of even moved you a little bit. You're like, oh.
Mm.
You realize it's snug up against everything. Gordon, when he's standing up on top, he like steps on it a couple times, like puts his foot on it to see.
See if I'm still
Yeah.
in there.
He's like, yeah, she still got it up.
Yeah, so I think that I'm okay with that, because so as other things that are in here are protected and trapped, my only thing is I feel like that I should do something to make sure that nobody can get to those souls.
Well, they're safe now. If we do that, then the trap's still active, right? And they're fine. And then we just leave.
Yeah.
So that seems like the best bet, but we're gonna have to teleport quick after because as soon as you break that helm, this room's gonna go.
And it's gonna spin like
So we're
this.
gonna have to be fast.
Ask Alex if that'll work.
Tatalda, when you say that, she moves right here. Like in the middle.
Mm.
Gordon will too. Gordon's like, oh, Mal's like, fuck that.
Alex,
Yes.
if we break the helm and then teleport out of here really quick, will that work?
I guess we should ask that if you break the magic or break that again, if you break the helm, can you teleport out? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
He says it depends on how you break it.
What the fuck?
It's gonna create a massive explosion.
How massive?
Pretty massive. It'll cover the whole room here. And everything in it.
It'll create a massive explosion if we break that helm, you guys. It'll cover this whole entire room.
Gordon's like, are you sure?
That's what Alex said. What it's actually what he said was, I asked him if we break it, if we can teleport out. And he said it depends on how we break it, that it will create a massive explosion.
You
that will
see,
cover the
you see
room.
Gorgain touch the wall again. He's like, yeah, boom, boom. It's a magical sound. You're like that, boom, boom. And he doesn't look at you. He's just like,
He's seeing if you can come smash that fucker.
oh yeah.
Even after what Zira said, he don't
Well,
listen.
he wants to be the one. He wants to be the one to stay behind to do it while you guys all are safe. You know, he's not going to let you guys do it. That's what he's thinking.
I wonder if there's a way we could contain that explosion. Like,
Lily, you got a safeguard up,
I do?
but it won't help against something like that.
No. No, because it's not my magic.
Right.
It only helps with my magic. Fuck.
so, Purple Lotus dust and risking Tatalda getting hurt, going through the portal and having Soul Eaters hunt us.
Mm-hmm.
There was a third option, wasn't there? Or was that it? Or
Smashing the hell.
smashing the helm and figuring out how to contain the explosion.
Or digging our way out.
That's not Gorg.
Getting tired of being in here.
Me too. Could it just be as simple as pass wall? That's magic. That's not gonna work, right?
Hey, Alex.
He walks up to Zira. He's like, you have his soul. Gorgain says,
Yeah.
smash it. Let me smash it. He holds out his hand.
Gorg, no.
Then we have no control over it.
Mm.
If she has its soul, then we have control over it.
Motherfucker tried to hurt us. Hurt me. Hurt all of us.
It did.
And we'll kill it.
We will.
You can
Let
bet
me
your,
kill it.
You can bet your ass on that.
And it still has the other mirror that we need to break this curse.
Yeah.
We don't know where it's at. So.
But now that we have control over his soul, it'll be a lot easier to find out. Hopefully.
All right.
Right. He wants to fight. He's ready to do something. Goodness.
Yes.
He's looking for anything.
Yep.
We need to make a decision.
We do need to make a decision.
He walks over here to the weapons racks and starts looking at the weapons. And Gordon's like, yeah, we probably should gather Jamal's things, you guys.
We should. You guys do that, and I'll sit here and keep it stable.
I was just gonna walk over to the wardrobe.
And then
I think that if you destroy that, it will destroy the ship.
which means anything, including those souls that we haven't collected, will be destroyed as well.
Possibly.
Jamal would never forgive us
No, he
if we
wouldn't.
lost his family. Hey, Gordon,
Yeah,
is there any way just to take this helm out of here?
I don't know. Doesn't have a
Not-
release pin or anything
Not
on it.
destroy it, I'll look.
He says it's not like the ones I've taken out. I've never even seen one of those, but I can look at it.
Okay.
Zira, take a look.
Okay. I will.
All right, they look down. You're down there. You're gonna look.
Do you need me to move?
Yeah. If I'm gonna come down, he like tries to come down and he can't because of the cube of force.
I'll climb out.
You can't. You have a cube of force up. You can't move left or right or front or back.
We can't try to fly.
You can try to fly with your cube of force on.
Oh.
Yeah, it works.
Try to fly up.
Okay,
And go to the side.
all right.
She's
Your movement
done.
rate
Good
is
about
real slow. You realize when you do that. Gordon will jump down.
Mm-hmm.
You jump down.
Yep. Start looking around. See if I can see any way to.
You see no release pin or anything on it. Gordon doesn't either. He's like, I see no way to pull this out. Not like, manually. Like, I mean, I guess we could rip it out, but
Like, I'll just look around and see if I see any seams in it, anything like that. Like, is there, like, maybe a secret? Nothing?
nothing.
What about, like, on the walls down here?
Nothing.
Nothing? God
Take a while to search.
damn it, Jamal!
Rest of my family be destroyed and someone capturing them, putting them into servitude.
I'm gonna fucking sit down and pull out some jerky and start eating it.
At that point, Alex tells you, we have an antidote for the soul eaters. Eris had it. Eris knew everything about it. Or not Eris. Ray had it. Ray knew everything about it.
Nice. Oh. So how do you get it to us? We'd have to go, we'd have to go through the portal and then to you and hope that our souls didn't get eaten.
I don't know how I'm gonna get. They can get their outside a beacon. I don't have it. They have it. I don't physically have it.
Right.
So basically, we would have to leave, go to Zool, hope we can get out of Zool before the Soul Eaters get us, get back to Mirabilia, and get the antidote.
Or once you get to Zool, telepathy to Ray or Faye or somebody or Eris or Tuffy.
Alright.
No, though.
Seems like we don't really have much option, you guys.
So I'm gonna let you guys make your choice, and when you make your choice, let me know, and I will divinate on it to make sure there's nothing we're not, catching. As far as going through the portal, I don't know what I'll be able to divinate on. I guess it could be divinate on that. Will you come to physical harm if you go through that portal?
There you go. That's a good one.
All right. No, he says.
Okay. What do you guys think?
They seem to gather up all the weapons and everything that are in here.
Oh yeah, I was standing in front of that. We were trying to look at that armor.
There's all kinds of clothes in there.
Hmm.
They're magical. There's silk outfits. There's
so tempting.
There's clothes. There's hats. There's shoes, boots. There's gloves. There's all kinds of stuff. Gord just holds open the bag and looks at you.
Start putting stuff in.
Okay. He can't put the weapons in, so Gorgain and Mal and Tatalda are carrying the weapons.
Okay. The last thing is that box over there and that skull.
There's a trap on that box, Gordon says, and so Tatalda will go take a look at it.
Whose skull is that, I wonder?
I don't see a trap, Gordon. He goes, it's there. If you look at the bottom right corner of the box, and he kind of looks at Gordon like, what? And then he turns and looks back again. And he sees it. He's like, "I'll be damned. That was hidden. I think I can disarm this."
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up by Gordian.
Okay.
Yeah.
He starts to disarm it, and Tala stops him. Whoa. He's like, "What?" He's like, "You were gonna fuck up. Don't do that. Don't move it that way." And he's like, "Well, I was gonna move it this way." And she's like, "No, that will cause the trap to go off." He's like, "Oh, okay. I see it now." And she's like, "Do we really need this box?" And she looks at it.
No, I just thought we should gather as many of his things as possible since we fucked up his vault room.
Move, Mel. She pulls out a blade and puts it under the box and pulls the box off and then opens it. And inside is a vial, about that big. And she goes,
What is that?
she sets it on the table and then she closes the box, puts it back down, and pulls the knife out. That is a deadly poison, very rare. She walks over to Gordon, drops it in the bag.
And that skull, should we take that? Kind of strange, but
I guess.
it might have just been decorative. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, do we take the tables too? And, you know.
Right. Okay, let's just leave it.
No,
It's fine.
you're probably right. He'll go over and get it, put it in the bag. You guys are all right here. You've gotten everything but the souls
Oh, I thought Gordon grabbed those and put them in the bag.
over here.
Oh,
The,
those. Yeah.
His family soul.
Yeah.
In the extra dimensional space. So is this what we decided to do? Is go through this portal? Is that the decision?
I guess.
I mean, like you said, it's still protected, and now there's no way in here.
Right.
You
So
can't get in here now.
Let me make
Yeah.
sure with Alex. She'll talk to Alex and be
We
like,
won't even be able to come back here.
we won't. I wonder if Jamal's on the other side of this portal.
I thought that myself.
She'd be like, hold on, let me telepathy Alex and make sure that this
Jamal
is.
can't cast portals, but anyway.
She'll telepathy Alex and be like, I think we've decided to go through the portal. You won't be able to contact us once we get through it.
Come to the dimensional fold with Tuffy as soon as you can. As
Okay.
soon as you are able.
We'll do everything we can.
All right. May Velia be with you.
Thank you. Alright. He said come to the dimensional fold that Tuffy's got open as soon as we can. Fuck.
Should we do anything with the souls? Like, should we add any extra layers of protection to his family souls?
It might set it off if we fuck with it.
Yeah, it might.
It might. He can't be mad at us. We haven't done anything but make it safer
Right.
and retrieved items for him.
Let's go, guys. If this is our only option.
And we did try to save them.
We did.
We did. So, are we gonna go through one at a time on a rope?
Gordon's like, I'm game.
Pull out a rope out of my thieves kit.
Okay.
And then I'll be ready to teleport us
All right.
to Mirabilia.
You're gonna teleport us to. You'll be ready to teleport us to Mirabilia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't get further than 10 feet away.
All right. So what's marching order? Gorgain says I go first.
I'll go behind him.
Okay.
Zero will go behind Lily.
That's marching order.
All right.
Got my staff in one hand and the cube of force in the other.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna have to put this down.
What?
I'm gonna have to put the cube of force down.
So
You did.
you. No, she flew.
Oh,
But
did
yeah,
you?
you have to put it down, and you also let go of control, and nothing happened. It didn't sway or anything. By the way, just so you know, it like didn't do what the trap did, where it spins. It didn't do that. You tie a rope to each other, and then
Through the portal we go.
all right, Gorgain go first. You feel the rope go tight, Lily, like when he goes through.
Follow.
And it's just you follow. One after the other, you guys go through. You guys wake from being unconscious. You can hear banging of prison cells and screams in the distance. You can hear screaming and yelling. And you kind of start to sit up and look at each other, and you're all completely nude. You're in some sort of cell. There are partial rotting bodies and bones all around you from past individuals being here. You get the scent of blood and death. You hear in the distance languages you don't understand.
Comprehend languages is still up
It is.
for my hand.
And your hand is still on you.
Okay. I was hoping.
But the rest of your equipment is gone. You're nude. You look at your arm, and it says to you, we are in the Danitary. And that's where we're going to stop for this evening.
Can I ask one question?
You can.
My hat was disguised in my hair.
Which means it's still your hair.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Okay.
My key's still in my
Makes
hand.
that second.
Your key's still in your hair. But yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't stand it.
No.
We're not.
She's gone. She's not with you,
Good.
and you can't feel her within a mile of you. She wasn't harmed, or you would be harmed. But she's not within a mile of you, so you don't have those levels. And fuck.
Shit, if I don't have any of my equipment, that fucked my shit up.
Oh yeah, fucked everybody.
All my
but-
stats
You see Gordon
changed.
standing there naked too, you know, and he's just like. You see Gorgain go.
Hey, Gore.
And you like reach to put up the
Gord.
thing, and it's not there.
It's
He's like,
I'm gonna-
and that's where we're gonna stop. Yeah, that's where we're gonna stop. Thank you guys for coming. We are Original GM. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon, all that jazz. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
There's a gift inside the old gods granted me, a vision of the way to change reality. In the shadows creeping, can't rest your weary head. No time for you to sleep now, or evil it will spread. So gather all your friends and listen to my tale. Adventure storm is shaping, magic and the veil. Dragons, devils, demons, and creatures that have failed. And heroes of the north, just please don't be scared. The heroes are the monsters to the enemy. It all depends upon the way that you perceive. Original GM, we're here to set you free. Come join in the adventure. Who you wanna be? Who you wanna be? We are heroes.